China, a nation of staggering scale, ancient civilization, and rapid transformation. For many in the West, it remains an enigma, often viewed through the lens of media narratives that can be both captivating and confounding. But what is it really like to live here in 2025? This documentary embarks on a journey to peel back the layers of perception and reveal the daily realities, cultural nuances, and dynamic spirit of a country that is constantly evolving. Join us as we explore the vibrant cities, diverse landscapes, and the lives of the people who call this extraordinary nation home, offering an unfiltered look at China from the inside. Overview of China, a land of contrasts and grandeur. China, a civilization spanning millennia, is a land defined by its extraordinary contrasts and unparalleled grandeur. It is a nation where ancient traditions coexist with hypermodern innovation, where breathtaking natural landscapes meet sprawling megacities, and where rich cultural heritage continues to evolve at a dizzying pace. This segment provides an overview of China's immense scale and its fascinating duality. Geographical diversity. China's sheer size is staggering, making it the third largest country in the world by land area. This vastness translates into incredible geographical diversity. From the towering Himalayan peaks in the southwest to the arid deserts of the Gobi and Taklamakan in the northwest, and from the lush, subtropical forests of the south to the fertile plains of the east, China encompasses nearly every major climate zone. This varied terrain has shaped distinct regional cultures, cuisines, and ways of life, contributing to the nation's rich tapestry. Rivers like the Yangtze and Yellow River, often called the cradle of Chinese civilization, crisscross the landscape, sustaining life and commerce for millennia. A blend of ancient and modern. One of the most striking aspects of China is its seamless, yet sometimes jarring, blend of the ancient and the modern. Centuries-old temples and imperial palaces stand proudly amidst gleaming skyscrapers and futuristic urban developments. Traditional tea houses thrive alongside high-tech cafes, and ancient martial arts are practiced in the shadow of cutting-edge research facilities. This duality is not just architectural. It's deeply embedded in the daily lives of its people, who often navigate traditional family values while embracing the opportunities and challenges of a rapidly modernizing society. The continuity of its civilization, spanning over 5,000 years, provides a profound sense of history that underpins every aspect of contemporary Chinese life. Cultural richness and grandeur. China's cultural heritage is one of the world's oldest and most profound, marked by a legacy of philosophical thought, artistic innovation, and technological advancement. From the intricate beauty of traditional Chinese opera and calligraphy, to the philosophical depths of Confucianism and Taoism, Chinese culture offers an endless source of fascination. The grandeur is evident in its iconic landmarks. The monumental Great Wall, a testament to ancient engineering. The Forbidden City, a sprawling imperial palace complex. And the Terracotta Army, an awe-inspiring collection of ancient warriors. These symbols of China's past stand as powerful reminders of its enduring legacy and its continuous contribution to human civilization. Understanding China means appreciating this complex interplay of its vast geography, its deep historical roots, and its relentless drive towards the future, all contributing to a nation of unparalleled contrasts and grandeur. China's economic ascent over the past few decades has been nothing short of phenomenal, and at the heart of this transformation lies an unprecedented investment in modern infrastructure. From sprawling high-speed rail networks to futuristic airports and smart cities, China has redefined what's possible in large-scale development, often leaving the rest of the world in awe. This segment explores China's journey from a developing nation to a global leader in infrastructure. The infrastructure boom. China's infrastructure development has been a key driver of its economic growth, transforming its urban and rural landscapes at an astonishing pace. The country has built the world's largest high-speed rail network, connecting major cities with bullet trains that travel at incredible speeds. revolutionizing domestic travel. Modern airports, deep-water ports, and extensive highway systems have also been constructed, facilitating trade, logistics, and internal mobility on a massive scale. This rapid expansion has not only improved the quality of life for its citizens, but has also cemented China's position as a global economic powerhouse. The sheer speed and scale of these projects are often cited as examples of China's unique capacity for large-scale planning and execution. Smart cities and technological integration. Beyond traditional infrastructure, China is at the forefront of developing smart cities, integrating advanced technologies like AI, IoT, and big data into urban planning and management. These initiatives aim to improve efficiency in areas such as transportation, energy consumption, public safety, and environmental monitoring. Cities like Shenzhen and Hangzhou are pioneering examples, showcasing how technology can be leveraged to create more livable and sustainable urban environments. This focus on technological integration reflects China's ambition to lead in the digital age and create future-proof urban ecosystems. The Belt and Road Initiative extends far beyond its borders through the ambitious Belt and Road Initiative. This global development strategy involves massive investments in infrastructure projects, including roads, railways, ports, and energy pipelines across Asia, Africa, and Europe. The BRI aims to enhance connectivity, facilitate trade, and foster economic cooperation, creating a modern-day Silk Road. While the initiative has faced scrutiny and debate, it undeniably showcases China's capacity to undertake and finance mega projects on a global scale, reshaping the geopolitical and economic landscape. Challenges and future outlook. Despite its impressive achievements, China's infrastructure development is not without its challenges. Concerns about debt sustainability, environmental impact, and the long-term returns on some investments have been raised. However, the Chinese government continues to view infrastructure as a vital tool for economic stability and growth, particularly in mitigating economic downturns. As China moves towards a new phase of development, the focus is shifting towards higher quality, more sustainable, and technologically advanced infrastructure, ensuring that its foundational development continues to support its ambitious future aspirations. The ongoing commitment to innovation and strategic investment in infrastructure underscores China's determination to maintain its position as a global leader in the 21st century. China through Western media and reality. For many outside China, perceptions of the country are heavily shaped by Western media, which often presents a narrative that can be both incomplete and, at times, misleading. This segment aims to bridge the gap between media portrayals and the lived reality, offering a more nuanced understanding of China beyond the headlines. The media lens, focus, and omissions. Western media coverage of China frequently emphasizes certain aspects, such as human rights issues, geopolitical tensions, and economic competition. While these are undoubtedly important topics, the intense focus can sometimes overshadow the daily lives, cultural richness, and diverse experiences of the vast majority of Chinese people. Often, the narrative can be driven by political agendas or a lack of deep cultural understanding, leading to generalizations and oversimplifications. What often gets less attention are the remarkable advancements in poverty alleviation, environmental initiatives, scientific research, and the everyday aspirations and joys of ordinary citizens. Stereotypes versus lived experience. Many common misconceptions about China persist in Western media. For instance, the idea of a monolithic society, certain spheres. Similarly, while censorship is a reality, the extent to which it impacts daily life and access to information for the average citizen can be exaggerated, especially given the widespread use of VPNs and alternative information channels. The portrayal of China as a purely authoritarian state often overlooks the complex social dynamics, community initiatives, and the pragmatic approach many Chinese people take to their governance. The social credit system misconception. One of the most frequently misunderstood concepts is the social credit system. While China does have various credit and reputation systems, the dystopian image often painted in Western media, where every citizen is constantly monitored and instantly penalized for minor infractions, is largely a misrepresentation. The reality is far more fragmented and primarily focuses on commercial and financial trustworthiness, similar to credit scores in Western countries, alongside efforts to encourage civic behavior. The sensationalized narrative often fails to distinguish between different types of systems and their actual implementation. A dynamic and evolving society. The reality of living in China is far more complex and dynamic than often portrayed. It's a society in constant flux, with rapid urbanization, technological adoption, and evolving social norms. The Chinese people are often pragmatic, resilient, and deeply proud of their country's achievements and cultural heritage. They are eager to engage with the world, learn from different cultures, and showcase their own unique way of life. Understanding China requires moving beyond simplistic narratives and engaging with its complexities, appreciating its progress, acknowledging its challenges, and recognizing the humanity and diversity of its people. Only then can a more accurate and empathetic picture of this extraordinary nation emerge. How the Chinese government perceives and responds. The Chinese government operates under a unique political philosophy that shapes its self-perception, its approach to governance, and its responses to both internal and external challenges. Understanding this perspective is crucial to comprehending the decisions and policies emanating from Beijing. Governance philosophy, stability and development. At its core, the Chinese government's philosophy prioritizes stability, economic development, and national rejuvenation. The Communist Party of China, CPC, views itself as the legitimate and essential leader for guiding the nation towards prosperity and achieving the Chinese dream of national greatness. This involves a long-term vision for development, often executed through ambitious 5-year plans and large-scale infrastructure projects. The government emphasizes collective well-being over individual liberties when perceived to be in conflict, believing that a strong, centralized leadership is necessary to maintain social order and ensure continuous progress. This approach is often framed within the context of socialism with Chinese characteristics, a unique blend of socialist ideology and market economics. Perception of criticism and challenges. The Chinese government generally perceives external criticism, particularly from Western nations, as interference in its internal affairs or as attempts to contain its rise. It often views such criticism through a historical lens, recalling past humiliations and foreign interventions. Domestically, while direct political dissent is suppressed, there is a degree of tolerance for criticism regarding policy implementation or local governance issues, provided it does not challenge the party's overall authority. The government often responds to public grievances through policy adjustments or by addressing specific issues, aiming to maintain social harmony and prevent widespread discontent. Response mechanisms. Control and adaptation. The government employs a range of mechanisms to maintain control and respond to challenges. These include robust censorship and surveillance systems to manage information flow and monitor public opinion. However, it also utilizes sophisticated data analysis and public feedback channels to identify and address problems proactively. When faced with significant challenges such as economic downturns or public health crises, the government often demonstrates a capacity for rapid, large-scale mobilization of resources and centralized decision-making. This adaptive authoritarianism allows it to implement policies swiftly and on a massive scale, often with impressive results in areas like infrastructure development or poverty reduction. Nationalism and self-reliance. A strong sense of nationalism and a drive for self-reliance are also key tenets of the government's self-perception. This is particularly evident in its push for technological independence and its response to perceived external pressures. The government actively promotes a narrative of national pride and unity, often highlighting China's achievements and its unique path to development. This blend of centralized control, adaptive governance, and a strong nationalistic sentiment defines how the Chinese government perceives its role and responds to the complex dynamics of the 21st century, both at home and on the global stage. China's cultural heritage is one of the world's oldest and most profound, deeply influencing its society and people, and manifested in iconic landmarks that stand as testaments to its enduring legacy. This segment explores the rich tapestry of Chinese culture, the dynamics of its society, the spirit of its people, and the architectural marvels that define its landscape. A culture forged through millennia. Chinese culture is a vibrant blend of ancient traditions and modern influences, shaped by philosophies like Confucianism, Taoism, and Buddhism. These philosophical schools have profoundly impacted Chinese thought, ethics, and social structures, emphasizing harmony, respect for elders, and collective well-being. Traditional arts such as calligraphy, ink painting, opera, and martial arts continue to be practiced and revered, connecting contemporary Chinese people to their rich historical roots. Festivals like Chinese New Year, Dragon Boat Festival, and Mid-Autumn Festival are not just celebrations, but vital expressions of cultural identity, bringing families and communities together with ancient rituals and joyous festivities. Society and people. Diversity and resilience. Chinese society, often perceived as monolithic, is in fact incredibly diverse, encompassing 56 officially recognized ethnic groups, each with its own unique customs, languages, and traditions. While the Han Chinese constitute the majority, the cultural mosaic of China is enriched by the distinct identities of groups like the Uyghurs, Tibetans, Mongols, and Zhuang. The Chinese people are known for their resilience, pragmatism, and a strong work ethic, qualities forged through centuries of navigating historical challenges and rapid societal changes. Despite the fast pace of modernization, family remains the cornerstone of Chinese society, with strong intergenerational bonds and a deep respect for elders. There's a growing sense of national pride, particularly among the younger generation, who are increasingly engaged with global trends while cherishing their unique heritage. Iconic landmarks, symbols of a grand history. China's landscape is dotted with iconic landmarks that tell the story of its grand history and cultural achievements. The Great Wall of China, a monumental feat of ancient engineering, stretches thousands of kilometers across mountains and deserts, symbolizing the nation's enduring strength and resilience. In Beijing, the Forbidden City, a sprawling imperial palace complex, stands as a magnificent testament to China's dynastic past. Its intricate architecture and vast courtyards whispering tales of emperors and empires. The Terracotta Army in Xi'an, an awe-inspiring collection of thousands of life-sized warrior sculptures, guards the tomb of China's first emperor, Qin Shi Huang, offering a glimpse into ancient military might and artistic prowess. Beyond these historical marvels, modern architectural wonders like the Shanghai Tower and the Bird's Nest Stadium in Beijing showcase China's contemporary innovation and its forward-looking vision. These landmarks are not just tourist attractions, they are powerful symbols of China's continuous journey through time, embodying its cultural depth, societal values, and the indomitable spirit of its people. Chinese beverage culture is rich and diverse, deeply intertwined with its history, social customs, and regional variations. From the ancient art of tea to the potent spirit of baijiu, drinks in China are not just about quenching thirst. They are integral to social rituals, health practices, and daily life. This segment explores the fascinating world of Chinese beverages. Tea, the heart of Chinese culture. Tea holds an unparalleled position in Chinese culture, revered for its historical significance, health benefits, and ceremonial aspects. China is the birthplace of tea, and its cultivation and consumption date back thousands of years. There are numerous varieties, including green, black, oolong, white, yellow, and dark teas, each with its unique flavor profile and preparation methods. The Gongfu tea ceremony is a traditional ritual that emphasizes careful preparation and appreciation of the tea's aroma, taste, and texture, often performed in social settings. Tea is consumed throughout the day, in homes, offices, and tea houses, serving as a symbol of hospitality, a medium for contemplation, and a staple of daily life. Baijiu, the spirit of celebration. Baijiu, a strong distilled spirit, is China's national alcoholic beverage and the most consumed liquor in the world. Its flavor profile is complex and varies widely by region and production method, ranging from floral and fruity to savory and pungent. Baijiu is central to Chinese drinking culture, particularly in formal banquets, business dinners, and celebrations. Toasts, meaning bottoms up, are an essential part of baijiu consumption, symbolizing respect, friendship, and agreement. While its high alcohol content can be surprising to newcomers, understanding the social etiquette surrounding baijiu is key to navigating many Chinese social and business interactions. Other popular beverages. Beyond tea and baijiu, China offers a wide array of other popular beverages. Huangjiu, or yellow wine, is a traditional fermented rice wine, often consumed warm and used in cooking. Beer is also widely popular, with local and international brands readily available. In recent years, coffee culture has been rapidly growing, particularly among younger generations in urban centers, with international coffee chains and local cafes flourishing. Traditional herbal teas, fruit juices, and various soft drinks also form part of the daily beverage landscape. Chinese beverage culture, therefore, is a dynamic reflection of its history, social customs, and evolving tastes. Offering daily life in China is filled with fascinating nuances and differences that often surprise and delight visitors. These unique customs and social norms offer a deeper glimpse into the fabric of Chinese society and the everyday interactions that shape it. The art of giving and receiving. In China, the act of giving and receiving is imbued with significant cultural meaning. When presenting or accepting gifts, business cards, or even money, it is customary to use both hands as a sign of respect. Furthermore, if offered a gift, it is polite to initially refuse it a few times before finally accepting, demonstrating humility and avoiding the appearance of greed. This ritualistic exchange highlights the importance of etiquette and deference in social interactions. Chopsticks etiquette. While chopsticks are ubiquitous, their use comes with a specific set of etiquette rules. For instance, never stick your chopsticks upright in a bowl of rice, as this resembles incense sticks offered at funerals and is considered highly unlucky. Similarly, avoid pointing with your chopsticks or using them to tap on dishes, as these actions are deemed impolite. Mastering these subtle rules demonstrates respect for Chinese dining customs, public behavior, and personal space. Concepts of personal space and public behavior can differ significantly from Western norms. In crowded urban environments, a closer proximity to strangers is common, and physical contact in public spaces is generally not a cause for concern. While public displays of affection might be less common, it's not unusual to see people spitting or clearing their throats in public, a practice that might be considered impolite elsewhere but is more accepted in China. Understanding these differences helps in navigating daily interactions without misinterpreting intentions. The role of guanxi, loosely translated as relationships or connections, is a fundamental concept in Chinese society and business. It refers to the networks of relationships that individuals cultivate and maintain, often based on mutual favors, trust, and reciprocity. Having strong guanxi can be crucial for navigating bureaucracy, securing opportunities, and resolving problems. While it might seem informal, guanxi operates within a complex system of unspoken rules and obligations, highlighting the importance of social networks and personal connections in Chinese culture. The importance of face. The concept of face is another critical cultural nuance. It refers to a person's reputation, dignity, and prestige, and it plays a significant role in social interactions. Giving face, praising someone publicly, showing respect, and saving face, avoiding public embarrassment, allowing someone to gracefully withdraw from a difficult situation, are paramount. Understanding and respecting the concept of face is essential for effective communication and building harmonious relationships in China. These fascinating differences, while sometimes challenging for outsiders to grasp, are what make the experience of living in and engaging with China so uniquely rich and rewarding. Role as a global manufacturing hub, the world's factory. China's transformation into the world's factory is one of the most significant economic phenomena of the last few decades, fundamentally reshaping global supply chains and consumer markets. This segment explores the factors that propelled China to this dominant position and its evolving role as a global manufacturing powerhouse. The rise of the world's factory. China's journey to becoming the leading global manufacturing hub was driven by a confluence of factors. Initially, its vast and relatively low-cost labor force, coupled with favorable government policies and a strategic opening to foreign investment, attracted countless international companies seeking efficient production. The establishment of special economic zones provided incentives and infrastructure, further accelerating industrial growth. Over time, China developed a comprehensive and highly integrated manufacturing ecosystem, encompassing everything from raw material suppliers to advanced logistics networks, making it incredibly efficient to produce goods at scale. This robust infrastructure and supply chain resilience became a key competitive advantage. Beyond low-cost, scale, and sophistication. While often associated with low-cost production, China's manufacturing prowess has evolved significantly. Today, it's not just about cheap labor. It's about unparalleled scale, speed, and increasingly sophistication. China is the world's sole manufacturing superpower, producing more than the next 9 largest manufacturers combined. It has moved beyond basic goods to become a leader in high-tech manufacturing, including electronics, telecommunications equipment, and renewable energy technologies. This shift reflects massive investments in research and development, a growing pool of skilled engineers and technicians, and a strategic focus on innovation. Many global brands rely heavily on Chinese factories not just for assembly, but for complex engineering and advanced production capabilities. Challenges and future trends. Despite its dominant position, China's manufacturing sector faces new challenges, including rising labor costs, increasing environmental regulations, and geopolitical pressures. Some companies are exploring diversification of their supply chains, a trend often referred to as decoupling or friendshoring. However, completely moving away from China's manufacturing ecosystem is a complex and costly endeavor for many industries due to its unmatched scale, efficiency, and integrated supply chains. In response, China is focusing on upgrading its industrial base, emphasizing automation, artificial intelligence, and advanced manufacturing techniques. The goal is to move further up the value chain, becoming a leader not just in manufacturing volume, but in high-tech, high-value production. While the landscape of global manufacturing may continue to evolve, China's foundational role as the world's factory is likely to endure, albeit in an increasingly sophisticated and technologically advanced form. Chinese culture is punctuated by a vibrant calendar of festivals, each steeped in history, tradition, and symbolic meaning. These celebrations are not merely holidays, they are vital expressions of cultural identity, bringing families and communities together in joyous rituals that have been passed down through generations. This segment highlights some of China's most significant and widely celebrated festivals. Number 1. Chinese New Year, Spring Festival. Undoubtedly the most important and widely celebrated festival, Chinese New Year marks the beginning of the Lunar New Year. It's a time for family reunions, feasting, and honoring ancestors. Preparations begin weeks in advance, with homes cleaned to sweep away bad luck, and decorations in red and gold adorning every corner. Celebrations include elaborate dinners, giving red envelopes filled with money, firecrackers to ward off evil spirits, and dragon and lion dances. The festival culminates with the Lantern Festival. Number 2. Falling on the 15th day of the first lunar month, the Lantern Festival officially concludes the Chinese New Year celebrations. People light and display colorful lanterns of various shapes and sizes, often adorned with riddles. Eating tangyuan, sweet glutinous rice balls, is a traditional custom, symbolizing reunion and completeness. Parades, folk dances, and fireworks add to the festive atmosphere. Number 3. Qingming Festival. This solemn yet significant festival, usually in early April, is a time for Chinese people to honor their ancestors. Families visit ancestral tombs to clean them, offer food and wine, burn incense and joss paper, and pay their respects. It's a day for remembering the deceased and reinforcing family bonds, often combined with outdoor activities like spring outings and kite flying. Number 4. Dragon Boat Festival. Celebrated on the 5th day of the 5th lunar month, the Dragon Boat Festival commemorates the ancient poet Chu Yuan. The most iconic activities include thrilling dragon boat races, where teams paddle in unison to the beat of drums, and eating zongzi, sticky rice dumplings wrapped in bamboo.
Letter. Clara's pulse quickened at the thought of what she might uncover. Answers to Poirot's cryptic musings, or perhaps a trap set by the lingering shadows of the Order of the Saffron Veil. The safe house's address, scrawled in Grayson's elegant hand, was in the 18th arrondissement, a gritty corner of Montmartre where cobblestone alleys twisted like veins. Clara hailed a taxi, her fingers tracing the edge of the notebook through her satchel. The driver, a wiry man with a cigarette dangling from his lips, glanced at her in the rearview mirror. Montmartre, eh? Not the tourist part, mademoiselle. You sure about that address? Quite sure, Clara replied, her voice steady despite the knot in her stomach. She didn't elaborate. The fewer people who knew her purpose, the better. Beatrice's warning about the order's persistence echoed in her mind, and she couldn't shake the feeling that eyes were already watching her. The taxi wound through Paris, passing grand boulevards and quaint bistros, before plunging into narrower streets where laundry hung like flags between buildings. The driver dropped her at a corner near Place du Tertre, where artists hawked their wares to tourists. Clara tipped him and stepped into the late afternoon light, the golden glow of October casting long shadows. She checked the address again, 17 Rue des Ombres. The name felt ominous, as if the street itself were conspiring to hide its secrets. Clara adjusted her scarf and began walking, her boots clicking against the uneven cobblestones. The street grew quieter as she moved away from the tourist hub, the chatter of cafes fading into a hush, broken only by the occasional creak of a shutter or the distant bark of a dog. Number 17 was a narrow 3-story building squeezed between a shuttered butcher shop and a boarded-up patisserie. Its facade was weathered, the once cream paint peeling like old skin, and the windows were clouded with grime. A rusted padlock secured the front door, but the alley beside the building beckoned. She glanced around, ensuring no one was watching, and slipped into the alley. It smelled of damp stone and forgotten garbage. A fire escape clung precariously to the wall, its lowest rung just out of reach. Clara spotted a crate nearby, dragged it over, and climbed up, her fingers gripping the cold metal. With a grunt, she hoisted herself onto the fire escape and ascended to a second-floor window. The glass was cracked, and a gentle push revealed it was unlatched. She eased it open and slipped inside. The interior was a mausoleum of dust and decay. Faded wallpaper curled from the walls, and broken furniture littered the floor like the bones of a forgotten era. Clara's flashlight beam cut through the gloom, revealing a narrow staircase leading down. She consulted Grayson's letter again, its cryptic instructions etched in her memory. Seek the heart of the shadow, where the veil was woven. Poirot's notebook had echoed similar.
Soups. Staples in philosophy. Regardless of the region, Chinese cuisine generally emphasizes balance, a harmony of flavors, textures, and colors. Rice and noodles are staple carbohydrates, varying by region: rice in the south, noodles in the north. Fresh, seasonal ingredients are paramount, and dishes are often prepared to highlight their natural flavors. The communal dining experience is central, with dishes shared among diners, symbolizing unity and togetherness. Iconic dishes. Beyond regionality, some dishes transcend regional boundaries and are beloved across China and worldwide. Peking duck, with its crispy skin and succulent meat, is a national delicacy. Dumplings, jiaozi, filled with various meats and vegetables, are a symbol of prosperity and are especially popular during festivals. Hot pot, guoguo, a communal dining experience where diners cook raw ingredients in a simmering broth, is a favorite social activity. From street food stalls offering savory jianbing, savory crepes, to elegant banquet halls serving intricate culinary masterpieces, Chinese cuisine offers an endless journey of discovery, reflecting the country's vastness, creativity, and deep appreciation for food as an art form and a social glue. Understanding the cost of living in China is crucial for anyone considering a move or an extended stay, as it presents a nuanced picture that varies significantly by region and lifestyle. While often perceived as a budget-friendly destination, the reality is that major metropolitan areas can be surprisingly expensive, while smaller cities and rural areas offer a much more affordable existence. This segment breaks down the typical expenses and provides insights into managing costs in China. Regional variations. The most significant factor influencing the cost of living in China is location. Tier 1 cities, like Shanghai, Beijing, Shenzhen, and Guangzhou, are comparable to major Western cities in terms of expenses, particularly for rent. A one-bedroom apartment in a city center can range from 4,000 to 8,000 RMB, approximately $550 to $1,100 US per month, and often higher for more desirable locations. In contrast, Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities, such as Chengdu, Xi'an, or Kunming, offer significantly lower costs, with similar apartments potentially costing half or even a third of the price. Rural areas are, of course, the most affordable. Accommodation. Rent is typically the largest expense. While apartments in city centers are pricey, options outside the immediate downtown areas or in shared accommodations can reduce costs. Many expats and locals opt for apartments in residential compounds, which often offer amenities like security, green spaces, and sometimes even gyms or swimming pools. Utilities are reasonable, but can vary depending on usage and air conditioning needs, especially during hot summers or cold winters. Food and dining. Food can be incredibly affordable in China, especially if you embrace local cuisine and street food. A meal at an inexpensive local restaurant can cost as little as 20 to 30 RMB, $3 to $4 US dollars, and street food even less. Groceries are also relatively cheap, particularly for fresh produce, rice, and local staples. However, dining at international restaurants or purchasing imported goods can quickly drive up expenses, often matching or exceeding Western prices. For those on a budget, cooking at home and frequenting local eateries are key strategies. Transportation. Public transportation in Chinese cities is generally excellent and very affordable. Metro systems, buses, and ride-sharing services are efficient and inexpensive, making it easy to get around without owning a car. A single metro ride typically costs between 3 to 7 RMB, 40 cents and $1 in US dollar, and monthly passes are available. Taxis and ride-sharing apps are also reasonably priced compared to many Western countries. Other expenses. Other expenses include mobile phone plans, which are very affordable, internet, and entertainment. Healthcare, while accessible, can incur out-of-pocket costs. So many expats opt for international health insurance. Overall, a comfortable lifestyle in a Tier 1 city for a single person, excluding rent, might range from 3,500 to 6,000 RMB, $480 to $820 US dollars per month, depending on spending habits. By adapting to local customs and making conscious choices, it's possible to live a fulfilling life in China without breaking the bank, particularly outside the most expensive urban centers. China's rich history, diverse geography, and vibrant culture have endowed it with an extraordinary array of tourist landmarks, each offering a unique glimpse into the nation's soul. From ancient wonders that defy time to modern marvels that touch the sky, these sites attract millions of visitors annually, eager to explore the grandeur of China. This segment highlights some of the most famous and must-visit tourist landmarks across the country. The Great Wall of China, stretching thousands of kilometers across mountains and deserts. The Great Wall is arguably China's most iconic symbol and a monumental feat of ancient engineering. Built over centuries to protect against invasions, it offers breathtaking views and a profound sense of history. Popular sections like Mutianyu and bustling city was the imperial palace for 24 emperors during the Ming and Qing dynasties. This sprawling complex of red walls and golden roofs is the largest ancient palatial structure in the world, a masterpiece of traditional Chinese architecture. Exploring its vast courtyards, ornate halls, and intricate gardens offers a deep dive into imperial life and the grandeur of China's past. It's a UNESCO World Heritage Site and a must-see for anyone visiting the capital. The Terracotta Army, Xi'an. Discovered in 1974, the Terracotta Army is an awe-inspiring collection of thousands of life-sized clay soldiers, chariots, and horses buried with China's first emperor, Qin Shi Huang, to protect him in the afterlife. Each warrior has unique facial features, reflecting the incredible artistry and scale of ancient Chinese craftsmanship. Visiting this archaeological wonder in Xi'an is a humbling experience, offering a powerful glimpse into the might and beliefs of an ancient empire. The Bund, Shanghai. For a taste of modern China's dynamism, the Bund in Shanghai is an iconic waterfront promenade, offering stunning views of the city's futuristic skyline, including the Oriental Pearl TV Tower and Shanghai Tower. Lined with historical colonial-era buildings on one side and dazzling skyscrapers on the other, it symbolizes Shanghai's blend of East and West, past and present. A stroll along the Bund, especially at night when the buildings are illuminated, is a quintessential Shanghai experience. Guilin and the Li River. The karst landscapes of Guilin, with their dramatic limestone peaks and serene waterways, are often depicted in traditional Chinese paintings. A cruise along the Li River from Guilin to Yangshuo offers breathtaking scenery of mist-shrouded mountains, picturesque villages, and buffalo grazing in rice paddies. This region is a haven for nature lovers and photographers, providing a tranquil escape from the bustling cities. Other notable landmarks. China's list of remarkable landmarks extends far beyond these. The Summer Palace in Beijing, a vast ensemble of lakes, gardens, and palaces, served as an imperial retreat. The Potala Palace in Lhasa, Tibet, a majestic fortress-like structure, was once the winter palace of the Dalai Lamas. The giant panda breeding research base in Chengdu offers a chance to see China's beloved national treasure up close. Each landmark tells a unique story, contributing to the rich narrative of China's enduring appeal as a travel destination, inviting visitors to explore its boundless wonders and discover its profound beauty.